£37.95 that they are giving to asylum seekers is not enough.
We need to be treated as humans, not to be treated as beggars.
They're the only people that the government makes deliberately destitute. Most people don't realise that that's being done in their name.
The waste materials that we all generate can all be used to create a bioenergy resource.
We will see an increase in the number of days that we will have in a year which basically are all renewable powered.
It offers opportunity for those who have not yet experienced that culture or want to know more about that culture.
Learn about us, the Chinese community, but learn about themselves and have more tolerance for each other.
I work with different photographs of the urban textures and people within the city environments. I started to study, started looking at this dark, desensitised side to us, even though we're not like that all the time. It just seems like an overview of an ignorance to individuals.
It's a contradiction in terms, I suppose, but sport can be harmful to health. Players are sometimes denying the existence of concussion, playing through it. I think we need to have a discussion about and come to a consensus about what's sensible risk-taking involved.
Going back 10 years ago, if you think about it, we were in the back of Vanley Town Leisure Centre with music concerts for 800 people. So that alone shows some of the growth that the field has experienced and the popularity of our events.
Tá aber iontacht danta acu le trocha bliain agus tamig still gomished and seo le hay trocha bliain eile.
Feel it is very much part and parcel of West Belfast.
We should be arguing loud and clear for more money, more investment in services, important services like this.
I could never pass my maths, I couldn't do computers, but when I came through here I passed my maths within 8 weeks.
Initially his father said he had to do not music at a university, almost that he needed to have a job that he could fall back on if music wasn't going to be his career.
He set up the Trinidad and Tobago Opera Company that ran an opera festival every year.
What you watch on the media or TV is not true.
Everyone and anyone is welcome to come along and talk or attend our awareness session.
To come and have a look and talk about the common terms, leave the difference to one side.
It's providing facility for parents to bring their children. It's also going to provide a facility in the evening for community groups to use as a venue for meetings or events. All in all, it should be a tremendous facility for the local area.
It's facilitated for disabled children, so disabled children will be able to come, and it's a brilliant facility to be with, and it's fun.
If you just ask your question, can people have a nice conversation with one another in a space? That's a really good way to sort of approach this idea.
Sound is kind of a special medium in this post-conflict environment, which is still, quite segregated.
We thought there would be specific problems to Belfast and Berlin, but actually they're kind of universal issues that are troubling lots of different cities.
I moved to Ulster in 2003, and it was one of the main aspects of the surroundings that I found intriguing. It's an exhibition of photographs of building facades that's taking place in the Place Gallery and Architecture Centre. Houses are quite strange in the sense that they're almost mirror images of each other.
If we can save any number of lives, no matter how small, I think this project will be well worth it.
Who knows, in 15 years' time, a full 3D printed heart may be formed.
The social benefits are enormous. I mean, from better healthcare systems, but the economic benefits are also extremely important.
Basically, you get to be in the ring with Shane McGuigan training you and Carl on how to throw a punch.
I'm not the only granny or grandparent out there doing any kind of sport. I can't believe that in 2 weeks I'm going to be flying to Sweden to represent Great Britain.
I think that it has actually made a massive difference in the progress of my little boy.
I suffered quite badly from postnatal anxiety, and I didn't realise how unwell I was until I spent time with the staff here and other mummies.
It's actually from listening to parents that we hear the importance of Call Insure Start and how valuable it's been over the past 15 years.
And that's one thing about them in here, they do give you core information.
Smokers can have 25, 30, 35 parts per million as a reading, depending on the way they smoke, the number they smoke, and obviously carbon monoxide is a poison, and it gets into your red blood cell, and that travels everywhere around your body.
My award was the 889th one since it started.
We honestly couldn't do our job without volunteers like Peter, and when everybody works together we can really achieve great things across Northern Ireland.
Boyzone, although we are 4 as it stands, but we will always be 5,
I just slipped into a weird dark place where I guess I was angry and probably, weirdly enough, very, very lonely. I know the dark side and I've been there. I've danced with the devil himself.
People have this idea that HIV and AIDS is the exact same illness as it was in the 1980s when the epidemic first started.
In Northern Ireland, we don't talk about the ways that STIs are transmitted, and HIV is essentially an STI.
HIV and AIDS is no longer a death sentence.
And I eased myself up on the parapet, and I swung my legs over, and I sat there for a few seconds, and then I just eased myself off.
New play, A Family Affair, which focuses on men's mental health. Joining me in the studio today are Trevor Gill and Glenn McGivern. So Trevor, how and when was the Bright Umbrella Drama Company set up?
We were set up, Padraig, in February, so we're not that old.